attached to the outside of the car. Honk! Honk! At the loud goose-like sound, Ruckus gave a little buck. Though startled, Tom skillfully reined the mule to the side of the road, then turned around and pushed his floppy flaxen hair out of his eyes. Seeing Ida's slow-moving car, he smiled and yelled, "Get yourself a mule!" "Join the 20th century!" she shouted back. "Who's there?" Felix called from the floor. "Tom and Mary. Now pay attention. We're almost there. Break easy." The car finally rounded the last bend, bringing Elk Valley's schoolhouse into view. The building stood in the middle of its own small north-south valley, through which the dirt road ran. To the east, low hills gave way to higher ground, woods, and mountains. West, it was much the same. Squat and square, the school building had a pitched roof and a small bell steeple at the south end. The painted but peeling white clapboard walls had 3 windows on each side. Beyond the school stood 2 privies, one for boys and one for girls. To the south was a small, shallow pond. In front of the school stood a flagpole not far from a water pump, as well as a lopsided teeter-totter. "Clutch to neutral and brake!" Ida shouted as she aimed the car toward its regular parking place, only to realize that another car, one she didn't recognize, was already there. "Hold on!" Ida screamed. With all her strength, she turned the wheel hard about, then yelled, "Brake!" as she grabbed the hand lever and pulled back. Barely avoiding a crash, the old Ford came to a lurching halt next to the other car. Its motor gave one more enormous backfire, sputtered, chuffed twice, then died with a shuddering sigh. "We're here," Ida announced. Her heart was pounding. "What happened?" Felix asked. "Another car was parked in our spot. I almost hit it." "Whose car?" "Don't know." Ida tightened the brake, then untied the rope that held the side door shut. With a squeak, it swung open. "Out you go," she called. Felix, crawling headfirst, slipped down to the ground. "I hate this," he complained as he stretched his arms and legs. "Beats walking 5 miles both ways," Ida said as she got out and looked toward the school. She brushed the dust from her braided brown hair and checked to see if her blue ribbons were still tied tightly. Then she smoothed down her gingham dress. Of all the dresses her mother had made for her, this was her favorite. Herbert Bixler, Charlie and Susie Spool, and Natasha Gollobin were seated on the school's front porch. As Ida and Felix approached, they all looked up. "Looky here!" Herbert shouted gleefully. "I'm back!" "And he's already tried to tie my shoelaces together," Susie complained. Herbert lifted one of his bare feet and wiggled his toes. "Guess I don't know much about how shoes work," he said. Ida ignored him. "Whose car is that?" she asked. Natasha, who was a year younger than Ida, replied, "Mr. Jordan's." Mr. Jordan was the owner-operator of Wally's Mighty Fine Emporium, Elk Valley's feed and grocery store. He was also head of the school board. "Guess he can park anywhere he wants," Ida acknowledged. "How come he's here?" Herbert shrugged. "Dunno." "Is Miss Fletcher here?" Felix asked. "Inside," Charlie assured them. Charlie and Susie, who lived just over the hill, were always the first to get to school. "What's Mr. Jordan's car doing here?" Tom called as he slid off Ruckus, then helped his sister down. "He come for inspection?" As always, Tom tied the mule to the rear bumper of the Bidson's car, with enough rope to allow for grazing. "No one knows," Ida replied. Just then the schoolhouse door opened, and Miss Fletcher appeared. A slight, middle-aged woman with dark hair piled atop her head, she was dressed in a simple blue cotton dress. "Children," she said, "come in quickly, please. There's grave news to share." The children exchanged puzzled looks. "What's that supposed to mean?" Herbert muttered as soon as Miss Fletcher went back in. "Shh," Ida hissed at him. "Don't sass." Felix said, "She didn't even say her regular good morning." Natasha added, "Wasn't even smiling." "Guess we better get ourselves in and see," Tom said, always the logical one. Without another word, The children climbed up the porch stairs and filed inside. The school had but one room. Built entirely of wood from the nearby Columbine lumber mill, the building was 20 years old.